Okay, so you've gone through a divorce and you're struggling with getting over your ex, and you're suddenly discovering that it's even harder to struggle to get over the loss of your friendship groups. And this was like an unexpected gift following your divorce. Welcome to divorce. That is literally what I'd say more than half of the clients we work with experience, is almost like a double whammy of a trauma. Not only are they dealing with the recoiling of the shock and the trauma of everything they've just been through with the loss of their marriage, they're also dealing with the kind of restructuring and rebalancing of everything in their friendship groups. It sucks, right? And this is why a lot of people that we work with, they often say things like, it would have been easier if the person had died. Horrendous thing to say, but in some ways bereavement is a lot easier to process than a divorce, because divorce is a shame-based identity crisis, where bereavement, it kind of has all that empathy and support and everybody like corralling around you, inviting you for casseroles. Divorce has a kind of ick associated to it. People don't know what to say. They feel weird about it. Like they kind of want to avoid it. They feel threatened. It triggers them. It triggers feelings about their own relationship. And they start thinking a little bit about their own relationship. Are they in a good space? Are they not in a good space? So it's a confronting topic for people. People are not chilled and cool talking about a divorce. So here's some really important things that I want you to think about as you're going through this. First things first is to understand we all have friendship boxes. We have allocated people into various boxes within our lives. And for many people, we need the people that we have in our lives to stay in the box that they've been allocated. And that helps us regulate our own emotions and our own selves. So when people leave the box they've been allocated, in other words, Jill and Joe are together and Sophie and Matt are together and these people are together. And so when we have a dinner party, all these people come, oh, lovely. Everybody's in the box we've been allocated. Now, these two people divorce. It now upsets my apple cart, okay? That's kind of what is happening in your friendship groups. You divorcing has upset their apple cart. And it sounds ridiculous, but that is literally what happens to people. They start to get really dysregulated because you've now either interrupt the place settings at their dinner party, or the ski trip that's coming up, or this and this weekend, or suddenly they feel threatened. They start to think, oh, you're looking really nice. You've been going to the gym more. You lost some pounds. Oh, I don't know if I want my husband around you, or I don't know if I want my wife to be around this. Like, people start to get a little bit weird about you suddenly being single. They start to get threatened. They start to think maybe you're going to steal their husband or their wife, or something's going to happen over there. The other thing is they feel like they should choose, but they don't want to. So no matter how many people say, don't worry, just be friends with everyone, people are just not wired that way because they don't know what to do with the box that has now been reallocated. So rather than deal with the box that has been reallocated, they just freak out and do nothing. And what they do is they just disappear. So a lot of people feel isolated and abandoned and like everybody's disappeared following this because people don't know what to say. And I don't know if you've watched the movie The Beach or read that book, the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. So there's that beautiful moment. Everybody's on, by the way, there's going to be some spoilers now, so I'm sorry about that. But everybody's on the beach, they're having a wonderful time, they're partying, they're enjoying themselves. And, you know, they're living their hedonistic, great lives. And then one of the dudes goes fishing or something like that, and he gets bitten, horrible scene, by the shark. So they drag him back onto the beach and he's screaming and, you know, he's probably going to lose his leg, if not his life. And the rest of the beachgoers are like, oh, we don't want to deal with that. Like, that's ick. Can you just like move this guy to another part of the island? So that's what they did in the movie. They literally moved this person to another part of the island so he wouldn't disturb the chi of those that were having a good time. That's kind of what's going on in your friendship circles. People don't want to deal with the ick. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to like have the processes or the steps. They just want to have their fun and enjoy themselves. It's very shallow. It's not particularly supportive. But, you know, nobody also pulled us aside in high school and taught us how to deal with trauma in an empowering and supportive way. So that is probably the most that people can actually deal with. So if you have friends that have suddenly like done that, abandoned you, been strange, removed themselves, changed circle, reacted differently to you, pulled their husband closer, started to say some really strange platitudes like there's lots of fish in the sea, or, you know, yeah, we never liked your ex anyway, or, you know, just started being weird. What you need to do in your brain is you just need to kind of print out a little card that says, this is a pass that entitles you to be really weird right now. And I'm just going to hand you this card because you clearly need a pass for being really weird right now because you're being really weird. Just give them a break, give them a pass. Most people don't actually know how to deal with this stuff. And when I went through my divorce, I experienced a lot of that within my friendship groups. And it was really upsetting and disturbing to see the shift and the judgment and the kind of weirdness around me. But I actually stood back and could observe all that. And, you know, wisdom is really when you can stand back and see the wood for the trees and just like understand, like they don't know what they're doing. They don't understand the impact of it, and they don't mean it. They're not trying to be mean. They're not trying to be awful. They just can't deal. And it's okay that they can't deal. Maybe in time, like, it'll be all right. And it was all right over time. Like, it sort of started to balance out. And some people never comes quite right. You know, it's too much for them that you jumped out of the box that you've been allocated. And you need to learn to regulate yourself, not use other people to self-regulate your emotions, not make other people the center of your universe, not be so dependent and needy on others. You need to learn to regulate your own emotions, stand on your own 2 feet, and find a mission and a reason to get out of bed and to continue on with this journey called life. And when you learn those things, you don't then become at risk of trying to cling to the very next person that you meet so that you can orbit them and have a meaning again. Like if your meaning and your purpose is orbiting others, you're going to struggle with this trauma. If you can find a way to come back to yourself and find your own purpose again, you're going to recover really well. And people that do our programs, they definitely experience, like in the 2 to 3 years following their divorce, it's like the most productive, epic time of their life. They produce more, do more, and create more in that period of time following this. So divorce, when it is harnessed in the right way, can really be a catalyst for some beautiful transformation. But it can also lead to a lot of entropy and chaos when it's not harnessed in the right way. So get support. Subscribe to our channel if you want to hear more about this kind of stuff. And if you need some specific support, book a clarity call with someone on our team who can talk you through one of the programs we have on offer. Thanks.